Hello, Kneecap Deleters. Welcome back. It's your boy, Kneecap Deleter, back again with another video. Today I've got a bit of a niche gadget for you guys. So before we get into the nitty gritty, I'll just explain the concept a bit. So with resource blocks, we've got the problem that sometimes you need a lot of them, sometimes you need a little of them. Like you need some shears, you just want some ingots. You need to build a beacon, you need a lot of blocks. So blocks is way more efficient to store them, and it's good to get a lot of them, but sometimes you just need some iron ingots. So here I present to you the auto sorting, auto blocking, auto deblocking block deblocker. So before we get into the how it works, let's get into why on earth you would want to build this. So in my survival world, I play, and I don't really use shulker boxes because I feel like most of the time they're just a bit unnecessary. There's just too much stuff. So basically it's what I explained at the beginning. Like blocks is way more efficient to store stuff, but sometimes you need it in its unblocked form. Like this could be bone meal, this could be, I know, yeah, resource blocks or anything else that has that like nine of one thing makes a compacted version. So this is kind of like the solution for everything because it's fucking amazing. But anyway, enough of the yapping about. Let's see how it works. So to explain the basics of this machine, let's go back to one of the first designs that I kind of liked that was absolutely terrible. But anyway, it's good to illustrate what we need. So basically what we want is we want a chest, which is going to be bigger, which is basically where we store all of our blocks because it's way more efficient to store blocks. Anyway, already got to that. Then what we want is we want a way to lock a hopper that is going to pull out the blocks, put them in a crafter. The crafter is going to craft these blocks into ingots, and the ingots are going to be stored in an easy access thingamajig right in front of it. But to do that, we're going to need a way to read the hopper, or more like read either this chest or this hopper to know when blocks have been taken away and when we should start crafting them. And we also need a way to lock this hopper so that it's not just pulling out blocks whenever, because the problem with the crafter is that it'll just keep crafting. If this is full of stuff, and we tell the crafter to craft block into ingot, the crafter will do its job. The crafter will do its job and it'll just yeet them up here, which is not good. So this is my first actually working design, okay? You can see it's very similar to the format over there. We have our chest with the ingots, and we have our storage with the blocks. And with this one, I linked it up, and I think that it's 2-wide tileable is the best that we're going to get, but mostly because we're going to need 2 filters anyway to filter out blocks and ingots. And so coming from the top to the bottom, first step, we get the ingots that, well, actually, I'll just chuck in a couple. We get the ingots that go through here, and they get crafted into blocks. And these blocks get sent into the main storage, which is this thingamajig. And then down here here's where the magic happens. Okay, so here I used some pretty wacky redstone to get this to work. So I'll show you in a moment, but basically here we have the comparator. This comparator is reading this hopper, and it's set with cake, which is the most efficient way, which actually we can eat it away a bit. And so then we have less iron, because here basically what we want is we want enough iron ingots so that there's a backup. So like we have a backup because we're going to be pulsing this crafter really fast, and it spits out 9 iron ingots at a time. So we're going to be filling this up pretty quick, but we want it to be able to be turned off and not overcraft. Getting dark. Then we're going to, so we want to detect this. We've got this set so that it only sends out power when like it's this redstone signal. And this is the magic. This is where it powers this block, which locks this hopper, which also another thing that I kind of came into trouble with was I don't want like 3 stacks of iron blocks or whatever being stuck in the system, because that's something that would happen. Like, this would get unlocked for too long, and then we'd end up having like loads of blocks everywhere. But luckily, seeing as we power this block, it's locking this hopper, and this hopper. And I think that the only backlog that we get is 3 blocks of whatever we're using. Yeah, we only get 3 blocks of backlog, which is, to be honest, it's fine if we're storing stuff in blocks. I mean, I wouldn't use this for diamonds or netherite or anything, unless you've got like a stupid amount that you don't even care about it. But definitely for emeralds, iron, gold for sure, maybe even lapis. I don't know, depends on how much you got. Anyway, so then this this hopper unlocking, it unlocks these hoppers which pull iron blocks in, and it also unpowers this piston, which makes this hopper clock go ballistic and craft stuff back in. So let's give a quick demo. Let's take out quite a bit. And so you'll see this is slowly going down. And, well, seeing as we put this lower, it'll take a bit longer. But this is going down. I'll make it go quicker. Oh my god, are you serious? Are you serious? I'm doing the demonstration. Are you serious? Anyway, sorry. Sorry about that. So, iron's going down. Yep, see? And it's really quick, actually. It's only a couple of pulses, but that's the problem, that it goes really fast. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. That's probably left over from other stuff. See, it actually does work. It actually does work, and it doesn't have to backlog. That's probably just happened because while testing, bad stuff happened. Anyway, moving on, let's get into some of the challenges and difficulties. So this is why I kind of feel like it's not viable to make it 2-wide tileable. I also kind of wanted to make this make a video on this to see if people who are a lot smarter and better in redstone than me could make it work. But yeah, here I think that, yeah, this one is the design that is fully 2-wide tileable, and you can see that it's kind of made in a way, let's go over to this one, it's kind of made in a way that it can fit in a pretty reasonable sorting system. The guys who follow the channel will recognize this. This is the design of, this is built to fit in my storage system. The only thing is, so yeah, you will kind of want pillars on each side, just so that like you can't really see the 2-wide tileable. So the pillars are there so that we can fit in more redstone. But it still looks like it's just like one tile, and yeah, it works with emeralds, it works with anything. So yeah, that was today's gadget. If you found it interesting or liked it or think you'll build it in your world or thought it was terrible and want to prove that you can make it better, I'll be leaving the world download of this in the description so you can have some fun with it. If you did like it or found me yapping about this pretty niche thing kind of interesting, consider dropping a sub. There'll be more stuff coming. I kind of been having stuff going on, finishing uni and having to do adult things which are boring, and I want to play Minecraft. But anyway, drop a sub, and when the stars align and I upload another video, you'll see it. So yeah, anyway, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.